So, money is how your shadow leaks out. It's how your wounds speak when you're not listening. You think you're just tapping your card, making a logical decision, budgeting even, but half the time, you're not. You're acting out something buried, something unprocessed, something unresolved. Okay, let me show you. So you're not buying that designer bag, you're buying worthiness, trying to prove I matter. I know that's what I was doing when I was wearing designer logos. And it's what you're doing too, you just don't know it, you're not conscious. You're not refusing to spend, you're clinging to safety because deep down, you don't trust money to come back. Okay, that's the money safe wound. You're not picking up the bill just to be kind. You're trying to feel needed because love has always meant sacrifice. You're not impulse buying because it's fun. You're avoiding a feeling, trying to fill an unmet need. You're not hoarding money because you're wise. That's what I used to tell myself when I used to hoard. You're hoarding because you're afraid. Because somewhere along the way, you decided you were only safe if you never needed anyone else ever again. That's your shadow. It's the part of you you don't want to face, the parts that feel unseen, unwanted, unsafe, the buried beliefs, the unhealed ache, the old identity that keeps whispering, don't trust, don't shine, don't want too much. And money is the perfect mirror. Money is the perfect mirror because money touches every part of your life. Every part of your life. Your time, your safety, your status, your pleasure, your sense of self, your survival. So, of course, it's where all your unresolved stuff is going to leak out. You think you're just trying to get your finances in order, but really, you might be trying to soothe your inner child, prove your value, earn your right to rest, patch up the hole that's been there since you were 8 years old and told you were bad with money, or too much, or not enough. And unless you slow down, you won't notice the wound beneath the swipe. Money can make people act absolutely mental. Like, what the hell is it about money that makes people gamble away their future, lie to their partners, accept pittance salaries just to feel safe? It's almost like there's something darkly magical about money, how it pulls our deepest fears and fantasies to the surface, how it takes someone calm, grounded, generous, and turns them into someone secretive, anxious, obsessed, or even cruel. It's not just numbers, it's identity, it's survival, it's power, it's love. And when those things are wounded, the decisions you make around money aren't just practical, they can be downright foolhardy. People stay in dead end jobs they hate because they are terrified to lose that steady stream of crumbs, right? They undersell themselves, overgive, or flip to the other extreme and use money as a weapon to avoid ever being vulnerable again. That was me. Yes. They save compulsively but feel no safer. They spend compulsively but feel no happier, no merrier, because the issue was never the bank account, was never the money. The issue is the wound money is circling around. And if you're not aware of how that wound is controlling you, then your spending, your saving, your giving, your earning, all of it is being driven by a story you don't even realize you're repeating. Like, you're trying to budget, but what you're actually doing is trying to feel in control. right? Trying to suppress a wound by calling it financial responsibility. I used to act like I'm being so sensible. I wouldn't even turn on the heating in winter because I was penny pinching because of this hoarding issue. But in reality, I was just acting out a bloody emotional loop over and over and over again. You're anxious about losing money, so you hoard it. But no matter how much you save, the anxiety doesn't go away. My anxiety, if anything, the more I saved, my anxiety was multiplying. It's like I was constantly feeding the fear, feeding the anxiety. You know, you get to 1 month of savings and now you think you need 3. You get to 3 and suddenly 5 isn't enough. You get to 5 and now your nervous system needs a year's worth just to unclench, just to take a breath. It never ends because your anxiety wasn't about money. It was about fear of the future, fear of survival, fear of loss, fear of never being supported, never being soothed, never being seen. You're trying to soothe your nervous system with numbers, right? I was thinking money's going to fix all of my pain. Your shadow doesn't want more zero. Your shadow doesn't want more zeros. It wants safety. It wants validation. It wants to be held. It wants to be recognized. It wants to be seen. So if you really want to change how you relate to money, you have to get honest about the emotion underneath it. So next time you're dealing with money, ask yourself, what emotion am I trying to soothe right now? What belief is driving this? This purchase will make me feel enough, safe, seen, loved. Is this coming from fear or alignment? Am I spending from self-abandonment or self-respect? You might want to pause the video and write these down. You could also add, am I trying to prove something or protect something? Would I still make this choice if no one ever saw it or praised it? I love this one. What would my most healed self choose in this moment? Because when you don't do this kind of reflection, you keep leaking your shadow and calling it budgeting, saving, being financially responsible. You keep repeating the same patterns and calling it adulting. You keep unconsciously abandoning yourself and calling it being responsible. It's not responsibility, it's repression. You can't out-budget your inner child. You can't out-earn your emotional wounds. But you can meet yourself where it hurts and start to spend, save, earn, and give from a place of actual truth. And when you do, money finally stops controlling you because you become the one who's holding the pen, right? Not your wound, not your trauma, not your conditioning. Okay? Okay. I've said a lot. Let's leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching. Sending you love. Remember to love yourself, and I will see you in a jiffy.